Hi, and welcome to the 10-Minute Food Truck Training Podcast. My name is Bill Moore. I am a food truck business coach and author of Food Truck 101, Beginner to Winner. This podcast is all about helping you start and grow your food truck business. Today, I've got a good question for you. Let's see if you know the answer. Do you know what co-employment means? Co-employment is a contractual relationship between a business, like a food truck, and a professional employer organization, and it's referred to as a PEO, where they each share certain employment responsibilities. What this does is it helps a small business lower some of the costs and reduce some of the liabilities associated with being an employer. When you outsource with a co-employer, this allows you as the owner to focus more of your efforts on things like growing your business, marketing, and then you don't have to spend as much time on human resources. So how does co-employment work? The first thing to understand is co-employment does not mean the food truck owner gives away any authority or any ownership or lose any control of your business. In actuality, you continue to manage your employees just like you always have, and you do all the day-to-day operations just like you always have. The PEO focuses on the HR-related tasks, things like payroll and benefits administration and regulatory compliance. So what are the benefits of a co-employment relationship? PEOs, they have skilled advisors that will help business owners, especially new business owners, respond strategically when there's regulatory changes. And it could be things like wages going up. It could be some change in some type of OSHA law that would impact the food service industry. Or it could be you deciding to employ 14 and 15-year-olds. Each state has a little bit different work hour restrictions and job restrictions. So a PEO would help you to understand what those are in your area because they're the experts on all things HR related. But here's the one that everybody is going to sit up and take interest about. When you get into using a PEO, you also now have access to Fortune 500 caliber benefits. One of the main reasons businesses enter into a co-employment arrangement using, again, a PEO is they now are eligible for high-quality, cost-effective health insurance. So in addition to supplying the coverage, because you are now joining an organization, the PEO, that will have thousands of employees on their payroll, and because they have such a huge employment base, they're able to get the better rates, the better discounts for health insurance. So besides supplying that coverage, they manage the enrollment, they handle the claims, and they do all the other aspects of plan administration. So it doesn't add to your workload at all. And some PEOs actually offer other benefits beyond medical and dental, like retirement savings plans or education reimbursement or commuter benefits. And they have other things as well, depending upon the area. A PEO offers full-service payroll. They administer all aspects of payroll on your behalf, and that would include calculating wages, doing the deductions, paying the employees, filing the employment taxes with the government agencies, both the city, the state, and the federal. And then many of them are also able to integrate payroll with timekeeping and insurance services, which limits the repetitive data entry and all kinds of errors that can be made when you have to enter the same number in on 5 different forms. They also have compliance expertise. For our business, it's not too difficult, but there are rules that change from time to time that impact, say, wages, for instance, or hours limitations for minors. There's things that have to be handled, and having a co-employment agency working with you gives you a little bit of peace of mind so that you're not worried about, well, how do I handle this? Because they'll be able to tell you, here's the legal way to handle that. They even have risk and compliance experts that will help you with your insurance needs to make sure that you're not running a risky business, because they're concerned about the workers' compensation insurance that they'll have to cover. So they want to make sure that you're in compliance, and they want to make sure that you don't have dangerous things going on within your business. So they help you to keep injuries down, because injuries lead to not only higher premiums on your workers' compensation, but it also means you have an employee now that can't do work and you got to replace them in some way, shape, or form. Meeting the state requirements for workers' compensation insurance is one less headache when you have a co-employment arrangement. The PEOs provide all the coverage for their client businesses, and they handle all the claims, so you don't have to worry about doing the paperwork if somebody has a slip and fall or somebody cuts their finger and has to go have stitches. You also have HR support. In co-employment arrangements, businesses may have a dedicated HR expert and maybe even a whole team. If you have a whole fleet of trucks, you might have several HR experts helping you to understand your responsibilities and just to make things go smoother for all the team members that work for you. Now, there are some potential risks. Not all PEOs are certified. And what I mean by that is the IRS has a certification process. And for PEOs that are certified by the IRS, it gives you a little bit more of a peace of mind, because if the PEO doesn't pay the employment taxes or the federal tax or the FICA or any of those other taxes that come out of payroll, they get in trouble if they're certified by the IRS. But if you pick an agency that's not certified by the IRS and they just decide to skip town with all of the money that you've been paying them that should have been going to the IRS, you're the one that's in trouble. So pick a certified PEO, and again, certified by the IRS. Another couple of benefits: when you go with a certified PEO, they're responsible, and they are solely responsible for the payment of your federal employment taxes. And that would also include the state level taxes as well. Now, one thing I want to caution you is co-employment is not employee leasing, and it's not joint employment. Each of these are different things. Co-employment is you as a food truck owner allowing someone else to operate as your human resource department, and they're going to do all your payroll and again give you access to benefits like health benefits. It does come at a cost, obviously, but is a less significant cost than if you're trying to do all that stuff on your own. Co-employment differs from employee leasing as in really one big aspect. Co-employment, the employees work for you. The payroll is just ran by a different company. You're the one that can fire an employee. You're the one that disciplines the employee. You're the one that does everything except fill out the paychecks and make sure the taxes are being paid. With employee leasing, you call up a leasing agency and say, I've got this big event coming up. I need 3 employees that know how to cook hamburgers and run a cash register. And then the agency will send you these employees, and you pay the agency a lump sum. The leasing agency then pays the employees whatever their agreement is with the employees. So you can't technically fire them because they don't work for you in the first place. They work for the leasing agency. Whereas in the co-employment situation, if you fire somebody, they're fired. They don't work for you, and they don't get money from the co-employment agency. So as far as how we operate, a PEO is the best way to go because it gives us access to someone else taking care of all the taxes and all the payroll related paperwork, as well as gives us access to benefits, health benefits. And again, it does have a cost associated with it, but it would be less expensive than if you try to get it all on your own. The other benefit would be when you're going to hire employees, and instead of just being able to say, well, I'm going to pay you, $15 an hour, $17 an hour, you can say, and after a certain number of days, 30 days, 90 days, 60 days, whatever the agreement is with your PEO, you'll be eligible for health benefits. So now the job becomes a little bit better to that employee because now they get a decent wage, plus they've got benefits. So there are opportunities there. Go to the IRS website, that's irs.gov, look up PEOs, and you want to look up IRS certified PEOs. And then that way you'll know for sure that it's legal, and then you'll have a list of companies that they have certified, and these would be the companies for you to contact to see what the costs are that would be involved with your particular business. So it is an opportunity for you to not have to deal with payroll, not have to worry about paying all the taxes and stuff. You're still paying the taxes, but someone else is doing all the paperwork for you, and you have that opportunity for health benefits. So it's definitely something worth checking into. If you guys are enjoying the podcast, please consider supporting us. Click the links in the description and become a monthly supporter of the podcast. Every little bit does help keep us going. If you guys need a business coach to help your food truck business reach its full potential, check out all of my services. The links are in the description. It takes you to my website, and we explain it all there. We also have a Facebook group. It's called Food Truck Training. Got a whole bunch of awesome members at all different levels, from brand new people to people that have been doing this for many, many years. They've all got your back when you need questions answered, and we're all there to support each other and grow our businesses. Thank you guys so much for listening. Come back tomorrow because I got plenty to say about the food truck industry.